Hello, friends. So, God is love. We've all heard it, but is it true? So, we're going to use the definition of God. We also fit in this video, does God exist? So we prove that too. Okay, so we're going to take the definition of God as being Satchitananda, existence, consciousness, and bliss. This is the Advaita Vedanta definition of the ultimate reality of Brahman. And it's something that it is kind of seen in Christianity, Islam, the ground of being, existence itself, being God. So it's not just Advaita Vedanta, but I'm going to, go through it with Advaita Vedanta. So first thing, you exist. Yes, this is undeniable. We've how can you deny that you exist? It's impossible to deny that you exist. This is what Descartes said. I think, therefore I am. He could have said anything. He could have said, I brush my teeth, therefore I am, or I sing, therefore I am. But basically, you exist. It's undeniable. Secondly, you're conscious. So you're definitely conscious. Now, well, I think you're conscious, unless you're a bot, some AI watching my videos. So the idea is that you're conscious, but just the consciousness itself means that you must exist. So you can they're kind of the same thing. We could get rid of the existence part and just say, consciousness, because if you say you're conscious, you can't disprove that you're conscious. That kind of includes the idea that you can't prove that you can't disprove that you exist. Now, and beyond that, so the Ananda part. Now, Ananda's misunderstood, seen as bliss. It is bliss. I'm not going to deny it. But people think that somehow they're going to get this bliss when they get enlightenment. We've got the existence and the consciousness bit, but we'll only get the bliss bit when we're enlightened, and we'll have this endless bliss. But we are talking about reality here. We're talking about what's here. So I was looking into, when I got into Advaita Vedanta, I was focused on the consciousness first. It was like, oh yeah, wow, I'm conscious. Yeah. Amazing that it was actually a surprise. But I don't know if anyone else has that experience, please tell me in the comments. First it was like, oh wow, yeah, no, I'm here, I'm actually here, and this is real, this is really real, more real than my plans for tomorrow, or my opinion about certain things, or even my conception of what's going on in the world around. The fact that I'm here is the most real thing, and it's really very special because it's just mine. But then I moved more into, because if you sit and do meditation a lot about existence, about consciousness, you do kind of see that it's not really consciousness we're talking about. We're just talking about, because everything is me, everything is in my awareness, in my consciousness, and it cannot exist separate from my consciousness, then everything is my consciousness. And so it's really not really consciousness at the end of the day. It's just that you exist and things exist, and this is you that's existing. So you kind of get rid of the so I got more into the being, and then when we talk about being, it's easier to see that we share our being. You can use good arguments, analogies to, even if you're just awareness, to say that yes, I'm the same awareness as somebody else's awareness. But when you move into the idea of being, yeah, we share our being together, this is easier to make the step. Now, the third part, I was thinking about I was trying to try to look at my own experience, do this Atma Vichara, which is self-inquiry. See, what is this, And first I thought I was aware of my awareness, and then I thought, no, that's just another object. And you see more and more that everything that you're aware of is an object. But the thing is that when I was trying to see, but what is consciousness? I could see that there was some value. There's value to everything. There's high and low values. It's, there's good and bad, but it's all on a scale of value. So, and this value we see in everything. Everything has a value. It's not like it. If we just look at consciousness, there's not really much there to talk about. And yeah, of course, we do say that consciousness is pure and open and luminous. But but there is value here. Things are, and the value isn't in the object. I gave another this analogy before, but if you think like a cake, a beautiful cake, wonderful cake, you eat 20 of them, you hate the cake. The cake's horrible. It becomes torture. The value was never in the cake. It was in you. And this awareness that's this value that's in you, we see it in different ways. It's refracted through the way we interact with the world. So we have our senses, and through our senses we see beauty. So you hear beautiful music and you see beautiful art, or even beautiful people, beautiful dog if you like dogs. Then beautiful music, beautiful tastes, beautiful what other things are? Oh yeah, nice massage. So there's good and bad within that. So this beauty, there are ugly things as well. But these ugly things are on the scale of beauty. It's not like there's beautiful and then ugly is something separate. The beautiful and the ugly are a part of a scale of value. Now, and this value is beauty. You either have a lot of it or you just have a very little or twisted or, corrupted vision of this beauty. And the same with the other, our other perceptions. So we have thought, and so in thought there is truth, and you have truth and falsity, but it's all a level of truth. It's not, you can't build truth and falsity out of falsity. Falsity exists because truth exists, and exists on the scale of truth. So through the mind, there's truth, and there's goodness as well, ethical, moral goodness, in the same idea. Truth, beauty, and then love. So, and love is through our emotions. So we feel love, connection to people. And in the same way, hate is a perversion of this love. It's still on the scale of love, but it's a corruption of the love. It's a refraction of the love through ignorance and mistake, error, that it becomes what we see as this ugliness. But it's because of because of the love, that the lack of love exists, or very small amounts of love, or misdirected love. It's all because of this love. And these things are refracted through how we present ourselves in the world as these humans who have these certain limits and these certain ways of perceiving the world and interacting with the world. But really it's one value. So in the same way that we can say consciousness exists, and so therefore you are conscious and you can't deny it. You don't need to say you exist, because there is, because the consciousness kind of implies that you're existing. Now, the same way with the value. The value is what is actually here. It's what everything is value, is levels, refractions of this pure truth, this and this is what the ultimate reality is. It is Sat, Chit, Ananda. It's existence, consciousness, and bliss. But that bliss is value. It's the locus of all value. In the same way that existence is not existing things. The value is not things with value. It's value itself. And that is what is here. Sat, Chit, Ananda are not in separate three aspects of reality. There's one thing, and this one thing is value. Interestingly, there's a book by Robert M. Pirsig, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, where he goes into quality, and he comes to a similar conclusion, that quality is before the subject and the object arise. Quality exists preconceptually, and that's the first thing that's here, is quality. And then from that quality we have subject and object, and then from that the whole world develops. So if we see God, if we see the ultimate reality, and we say that God is the ultimate reality, is not some sort of demigod who exists within reality, we see God as whatever ultimate there is, then God is love. from this point of view. Yes, seen through emotions, he's also beauty, or she is also beauty itself. And that's that. I think it's a nice idea. I think it's a nice conclusion that we can come to, because we've always heard that God is love, and with this line of reasoning we can see why. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.